All right, and we are back right away into the next match. We're going to keep on going through this lower bracket. This time it is Rogue against Perfect Storm as I edit the scoreboard. Gibbs is joining me again. Hooray.
Hooray.
Hooray
so
for Gibbs.
Perfect Storm, now this is going to get confusing.
I'm ready. Lay it on us.
They're the old Rogue squad. Excuse me. And without Sizz, because Sizz is now a sub on the new Rogue squad of Ayyjayy, Crow, and Wonder. And so Rogue, they just left Jacob and Joro high and dry. And now they get to try and end Rogue's qualifier here. And they picked up Chrome, who was coaching NRG. He was also playing in the Rival Series last season. But he's back playing. And we'll see how this squad does. Well, I would say maybe a minor improvement over Sizz for Chrome, because I think Chrome is just a little bit more consistent than Sizz. I think Sizz has some really low lows, but really high highs. And I think Chrome brings a little bit more consistency. And we saw them last RLCS season get demoted, and I think a lot of that was just weird positioning, maybe some double commits from the old Rogue squad, who is now Perfect Storm, and I think a lot of that has to fall on Jacob, and Jacob has to really kind of, like, he has to show that he is like what his MVP seasons were like maybe a year and a half ago, and like, I think Jacob's just got to calm it down a bit and position like a little bit better, and this could be a really deadly squad.
Okay.
And on the other side, we just saw Rogue. So we just saw the new addition, Kronovi. They got an easy 3-0 sweep over Poggers, who they took out Splice. So they're looking strong. We'll see if they can continue their lower bracket.
And, you know, when it comes to Chrome, and, you know, he took time off. And that's a big deal. When you, I don't know if he completely stopped playing Rocket League, but obviously some sort of a break there. As Jacob sneaking one in, I like it. A little bit of a bounce shot.
Yeah, this was a little bit awkward here for the Rogue squad. It's going to be very confusing with Jacob scoring on Rogue, but Jacob just comes in while everyone's just sitting there watching. Like, Wonder decided to not go for that ball for some reason, and Jacob gets the free shot. And
Chrome was actually in our chat a little bit earlier, but I want to ask you, Gibbs, you know, how does that happen? What does it take to go from being out to coming back after, I guess, a year or whatever it was? Like, how does a player make that step, especially from Chrome's perspective?
Well, so Chrome was actually playing last year. Like, he was in the Rival Series. He just didn't qualify.
Well, I guess the second half of the year.
No, he played. He played with Insolences. I can't remember the other one. I think it was Timmy. And they played, and he finished like 6th. So then he started coaching NRG for the World Championship. So he was still playing. Like, he was still very active. So Chrome never really took a season off. So he's been around, and that was after, obviously, he went to the World Championship in Season 5 with Evil Geniuses, and they made it all the way to Day 3. But then, of course, there was a free agent named Chicago, and it's hard to not pick up Chicago, so Chrome was kicked off of Evil Geniuses. So definitely a very solid player, and I think can really help the squad out.
Cool. And not necessarily a lack of form or anything, because as you mentioned, he's been playing. He's been around. For sure. I've noticed, you know, on Twitter, at least, he's been very much more vocal about actually competing or being on a, you know, I felt some of that rhetoric on his Twitter of like him really wanting to be back in the driver's seat or grinding, you know, at the top level, at the highest level. So we'll see if he can put that together. Certainly this could potentially be an effort towards that happening more often, as teaming up here with Jacob and Joro.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me. It really is.
And for, like, Jacob, who is probably very, like, relaxed most of the time, like, huge wake-up call. He got demoted to the Rival Series. He wants to get back to the RLCS, to the pinnacle of Rocket League play, but it wasn't, like, they just didn't look that great last season, and maybe it was practice, maybe it was just, they just didn't have it, but has to be a wake-up call for Jacob to really improve and bring this team back to the RLCS.
See if they can make it happen. I mean, so far, doing some good things in this bracket. This might be their greatest test.
And this game, too, like, great possession for a really long time. And finally, we get a scoring chance out. Chrome is making that slight touch to get it over Ayyjayy. And Crow's handbrake turning. Wonder, he's still rotating. Easy shot for Jacob.
Is everyone okay? I just had a very jarring notification.
Oh, that party thing got destroyed? Yeah, that I had really...
I hope everyone's all right.
Destruction.
It's very aggressive. Very aggressive wording there, but everything's fine. Everyone's still in the game. And Rogue, as you Perfect Storm, as you mentioned, this is a pretty perfect start. It's a pretty perfect start for them. They can keep this up. And this is a team that is certainly not going to shy away from a name like Kronovi. You know, I mean, I would. If I met up Kronovi on the ladder, I'd be a little scared, probably. But these guys, Chrome, Jacob, Joro, you know, they've been there, done that. They're ready to go.
There we go. A pretty convincing win there, I would say, for Perfect Storm. And you owe $1 in the swear jar for calling Perfect Storm Rogue, so there's that too.
I didn't do that.
6 shots for Jacob. You definitely said Rogue, and then you corrected yourself. Yeah.
How fast?
It's gonna be a very confusing few weeks here, where we're gonna say like G2 Kronovi or whatever. It's bound to happen. Bound to happen. But swear jar will fill up.
I just mix it up without those complications. So that, don't give me too much credit for those. I just mess up. That's just what I do. But
well, I never do, so don't worry about it.
That's why we have you here, to keep us all grounded, Gibbs.
Yep.
Very much appreciated. Here we go.
Of course.
They're not going to let me play, so I will spectate. Chrome, Jacob, and Joro. Definitely a team that came together. Now, Justin, you can't just come in here and say that you don't have a sword, because you're just going to get a sword. So there you go. There's a sword for Justin.
I don't know. He's like, what, 16 maybe?
I already did it. If Garrett tells me to take it back, I'll listen, because Garrett has a sword already, and he's in the chat. So if Garrett...
Yeah, but Garrett's a little older. Like, you know, Justin's a little kid. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm saying it's up to Garrett, because Garrett knows Justin better than all of us. So if Garrett tells me that Justin does not deserve the sword, I will take the sword back. But we'll see.
Anyway, back to this revenge story for Perfect Storm. Taking down Rogue already. Game after Rogue the Org drops them, and with a new addition on the team with Chrome, all these guys definitely hungry, and they're playing against, well, let's not forget, an RLCS team while they're down in the rival series, so they definitely want to get some good results versus these squads to get that momentum going into the rival series. Plus, they want to compete for 100K, and they definitely have a chance to with only 7 teams left, and just like that, a 50-50 is all that matters here. Chrome over Ayyjayy, and it just banks in. And that's just the pressure again for Perfect Storm. They've had the ball throughout the orange half for most of game 1 and now most of game 2. And sometimes a good 50-50 is all you need when you're on the offensive side of the ball to just put one in.
I wonder if you know.
Oh, baby, Chrome. Chrome's back.
That's kind of my question. Like, when did this kind of start happening? At least this team. Like, we know they signed up for the tournament, obviously. We know a lot of teams signed up pretty late. How much is Perfect Storm, how much has this team been playing together, you think?
Yeah, who knows? Like, I don't know if they've been playing that much.
Or is this more of a, like, ragtag last second? All right, let's sign up for the tournament and see what happens.
They probably knew a little bit ahead of time, but who knows? Because I don't know how many scrims they've been doing, but Chrome looks in form, though. That was a brilliant play. Yeah. He faked out Crow by not doing a side flip off the wall for a power shot, and then just with the dribble, like, it was a brilliant play. So they're at least playing alone, that's for sure, and Chrome is definitely informed if there was any questions about that. But we'll see, man, because these guys are looking good. And again, Chrome is not like an official member of this team, like, necessarily.
Right.
But who knows? So maybe like this is a tryout period for him as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost like, this is very nervous time here for Rogue, because they're down 0-1 in the series. They don't want to go down 0-2. You don't want to put yourself in a reverse sweep situation. I feel like there's a minor sense of urgency here, or even a major sense of urgency here for,
also,
for Rogue.
They haven't really done a lot so far. Like, this series is Perfect Storm so far, so
they don't have a goal yet, do they? Or was it 2-1 in the first game?
I can't remember because we just saw Rogue, so I'm just remembering all those goals. Yeah.
I want to say they've been swept so far, almost like 2-0, and now we're at 2-0. They're 3-0, and now we're at 2-0. So Rogue's got to figure something out. It might come down to just a play. Let's get a play going, get a goal, and then get into your groove. But for now, they're having trouble finding an answer to this team, and you can't let them go up 2-0. You can't let them do that. You cannot let them go up 2-0. You can't let You have to tie up.
It's looking like it's about to happen. Ayyjayy with just a small touch just beats Crow out just barely. And then Wonder just can't get around to that inside post. Great placement there for Jacob. But that's a play Crow should probably have on that back wall. We probably thought he had time to drive up the wall, but he should have just jumped to make sure he got it away. But some good small touches from Jacob and good location on him. And look at this, 3-0, perfect storm.
Yeah.
Rogue, maybe you made a mistake. Should have kept these boys.
There's so many layers to that statement. I don't know where to start. Gosh. Hey, you know, Rogue was looking good today. They have been looking good. And it should be a good team. So they've got to figure it out. I know they do. They have what it takes to bring this back and stay in here. They just got to figure it out. They're down 0-4 in game number 2. There's still a little bit of room to work with. Both this game and in the next game. And they're capable. But right now, Perfect Storm has figured out a formula of sorts to quiet this Rogue team. And they have been very quiet.
And this is where, you know, that leadership from Crow comes in. Like, hey, you know, we're looking like crap. Let's try to figure this out. Let's try and make some mid-series adjustments. And try and get a reverse sweep. It's possible. We've seen it already, but it's definitely a tall order. And right now, it just looks like Perfect Storm has their number completed.
Yeah, I'm just watching to see here. What is Rogue going to do? We see a demo there. Ayyjayy onto Chrome. And Ayyjayy trying to keep the ball on the blue side. Chrome with some nice defense. There's a pass to the middle. Ayyjayy to Kronovi.
Yeah, like, it just seems like a couple like missed touches on these passes. Like Crow had one to go down 4-0, where he sent it too far back. Then that pass was too soft. And they're like that close. They just have to connect with these passes with solid touches when they're passing it. But it doesn't look like they're just getting them right now.
Well, they might have to come to terms with the reality that they're going to have to come up with the reverse sweep here, it's looking like. As 4-0 advantage going to be near impossible for them to overcome in 40 seconds. And what a series from Perfect Storm so far. I'm not going to say perfect, but pretty close, to be honest.
It's been pretty good.
You even said in game 1 that it was pretty convincing. From Perfect Storm, and game 2 definitely goes along this very similar lines.
Yeah, we've seen a couple scoring chances late for Rogue here that probably should have went in. The Ayyjayy shot, he thought Kronovi was still touching it, but plays like that, and then their pass is just slightly off. Like, we can see it. We see these scoring chances finally for Rogue. Now they just got to capitalize it, and that looked a little bit better, at least towards the end of game 2, but now they got to win 3 in a row versus a team that's been controlling 90% of this series. So we'll see.
All right. Last chance here. Again, we're in the lower bracket. There's no triple elimination today. Only double elimination. Both these teams already losing in that upper bracket. I'm looking at the chat right now because I need some more insight.
Supposedly, now I heard this from just one person in chat, but he's a trusted viewer of mine, that Bread took down EG, but I'm not sure because it's not on the bracket yet.
Okay.
So we'll have to... I will update you as we go, but supposedly Bread took down EG.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. What does Rogue need to do, guys? What's going on here? Narmonica saying Rogue looked okay until...
They swept EG. Bread swept
wow.
EGs. Wow.
There you go. I'm looking at... trying to get some... What needs... Garrett G. That's what I was waiting for. Garrett G in the chat offering his in-depth insight. Brilliant, one of the most brilliant players to ever play the game, is giving the recommendation that Rogue needs to score.
To be fair, Chrome coach Garrett, so
that's brilliant.
So Garrett knows everything.
That is so smart. Oh my god! Here. I am having a moment of realization and kind of the opposite of midlife crisis based on that wisdom from Garrett. So thank you, Garrett, for enlightening.
You would be grand champ if you followed Garrett's advice.
You know, I just need to hang out more with Garrett. That's all that needs to happen. All right. This is a must-win situation for Rogue. According to Garrett G in the chat, Rogue needs to score more. So we're going to see if they can accomplish just that. But for now, the Perfect Storm, this team, Chrome, Jacob, and Joro, they're looking solid. They're looking smooth. They're making plays. They're looking comfortable.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm upset about with Jacob and Joro is they probably should have picked up Joe Precious to just keep the Jays going.
Yeah.
But besides that.
Or Gibbs. No, that doesn't really work.
Gibbs, yeah. Maybe.
It's close.
Not James Bond. Don't pick up James Bond.
J-Naps? No.
No, that would work.
Yeah.
But anyway, again, Perfect Storm controlled this ball. This ball's been orange half a lot of the time. And it just continues to stay here. Chrome with a good 50-50. Jacob had a chance that Jay blocks it away. And Jacob going for a redirect. Not too much on it, but it turns into a passing play. Into a juicy rebound. Chrome's getting boost. He might be out of nets.
Oh.
No. The save.
Yeah.
A little bit of help from the post.
You know, this is one of those moments where the first goal has ridiculous importance here. 2 minutes down, no goals yet. In this game number 3, a game that Rogue must win or they're out of this tournament. So I would not be surprised to see Rogue play as safe as humanly possible. Absolutely do. You cannot let a goal in. You cannot let it happen. And as Garrett said, they just need to score. So let's see if they can get that first goal here, because that's the first step.
That would be helpful. But again, like...
And they're applying some pressure.
A little bit. Like, they get, like, one touch in the blue half and then cleared right back. It's not too much right now. So they got to find a way to just, like, establish that midfield, but they really haven't found it.
It's a great challenge from Joro. Keeping on the orange side. And Chrome in a great spot in the middle to keep it there. Jacob, 49 boost. That'll be fine for him for now. And now the ball is staying on that orange side. Chrome and Joro getting into it a little bit on accident, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was a really good touch by Jacob to keep it really high, just to waste a lot of time, so Chrome and Joro could get back in line, and Joro almost had a dunk there. And again, look at this. Just peppering the orange side of the field with shots, or chances at least. But Ayyjayy finally with a good 50-50 has a chance at a dribble. Jacob. He takes a page out of Rizzo's book. Just demo and everyone on the other team. Then they can't score. It's simple as that.
That's what you got to do. Just hit them with your car.
Oh, Wonder. Great
hit them with your car
there.
and then score the goal. Kronovi going for an angle. Go ahead.
Yeah, Wonder tried to just like tuck it into that lower corner because like the goalie was just heads up, so all he had to do was go left or right with some speed, but just barely misses it wide. And those are the ones at this point where you haven't really scored a lot. They just got to go in. You got to find something because at some point, like you just start feeling like it just can't happen.
Yeah.
You just can't score. It's just not with you. We'll see Jacob with a weird pinch ground shot. That would have been pretty creative, but just goes wide.
Pressure's on Rogue here. They're a game away. They're a loss away from being eliminated from the tournament. No goal yet, and we are 4 minutes and 20 seconds into this game number 3. Rogue needs to score to stay alive in the tournament. If the Perfect Storm can win this game and win this series, they will advance to the next round, and Rogue will be out. So it's up to Kronovi. It's up to Ayyjayy. And Kronovi is able to do it. There's a goal.
Chrome, not sure what he was doing up there, but then he also comes at the ball a little bit late, too. Maybe he thought he had a little bit more time. And those are the cases when you have ball cam on and the ball is right above you, so you literally can't see anything. So it's possible he never toggled it off and didn't realize Crow was there. That's also where his teammates come in to try and communicate, hey, you don't have time, you have to hit this right away. And Chrome didn't realize, and Crow finally gets him on the board here, and then Wonder puts another one in. Jacob just had to kind of dive at this because he was out of position. He tried to half flip out. It was a little bit of a shaky half flip, but he got back decently. But Wonder sneaks it by, and there it is. The doors are open. Rogue can score. We're going to a game 4.
I was about to say, it's like, again, get that first goal, unlock the door, and then pour it in. That's exactly what Rogue needed to do here in the later stages of this game, and it's what they have done. But they've only just begun to climb the mountain back in this series, as they're now down 2-1 instead of down 2-0. So still need to win a couple in a row, but we're going to move on into game number 4 with a series lead of 2-1 in favor of Perfect Storm. Let's see if Rogue can hang on to the last 10 seconds of that game and carry that through here into game number 4, or they're going to be out.
Yeah, so I think Chrome's going to have some words for Garrett G. You know, Chrome coaches Garrett, and Garrett starts to coach his opponents.
That's a good point.
He told him to score. He didn't tell him to play defense, but they played good defense. Yeah. They shut him out.
Garrett he even said, I just saw Garrett say you're welcome in the chat. That is interesting. Maybe a little bit of conflict of interest there.
Messed up, man. Messed up.
But hey, these players, they're kind of crazy. All of them.
Oh, Wonder, you got to put that home. See, that's where Ayyjayy has to say, like, I don't have this, you know? So Wonder knows to be ready for that touch. But Wonder thought that Ayyjayy had the touch. Wonder has a second chance at redemption, but Chrome turns it away.
You know, the first 30 seconds, though, have been all Rogue on this side of the field. So it's a great start to the game here. Now they just got to keep it up.
Yeah, and this is not what happened in the first two games, where Rogue did not have this possession. So this is a good sign for them.
I have to mod classics really quick in the chat.
Well, of course, because it's classic.
Yep, just had to do that. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Banner. Okay, got it. Never mind.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that, man.
I mean, you could.
I mean, yeah, it's true. I'm not that mean. Not yet. If I ban one pro, I have to ban them all. So I hope, you know, I think that's pretty much
classic.
We'll have to set up like Code S says, or whatever it is, as a council. We'll have to have a council here to figure some things out. But I you know, from last game, we're still seeing the pressure here from Rogue really pour it on. Yeah. So that's what they have to do. They, you know, find whatever that was in the last part of the last game and just hold on to it and keep it going here into this game and see if you can add to that. And it feels like they've been applying a little bit more pressure. We'll see if they can keep it going. Ayyjayy pushing it over to the blue side. Maduro is there at the midfield. Kronovi, not the best touch, right to the middle, and Jacob is there. So now, looks like Perfect Storm trying to apply that pressure.
And honestly, there's not a huge science like behind pressure and positioning. Like, a lot of it is just quality touches. Like, you know, that's all you have to do. Just quality hard touches, and you usually gain possession and can hold it like in the other zone. It's just when you get those missed touches, like Pro just had, that's when Perfect Storm can take advantage and readjust, and then now they go on the offensive side. It's not really that hard of a science to just make quality touches, and you should be okay for the most part. Like, obviously, there's more to it, but like, you have to start there, and we have to make quality touches, and we've seen that from Rogue here. Which I'm getting confused now between Rogue and Perfect Storm. But Rogue,
come on, you got this.
They've been making quality touches. So we'll see if they can keep it up. But again, 0 goals. 0 goals for Perfect Storm. There hasn't been a lot of offense throughout this game. The defense is playing a lot better for Rogue. And again, you can't lose a game when they don't score, when the opponent doesn't
That's
score.
true. I think Garrett said that once.
Not typical.
Pretty sure.
So, just shut them out. And even if it takes 25 minutes for you to score,
as long as they don't, that's the key part.
That's why I'm here.
Right. Man, just amazing. I love it. Just the insight that we get. It's incredible.
Flip reset.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
All
that
right.
should not have gone in. Jacob, he hits the flip reset. Not that great of one. Wonders tries to pre-jump for some reason, but Crow, I guess he had to avoid Jacob. It didn't look like he had to avoid him that much. Maybe flip the post. Hard to see.
I was about to say, too, because you're making the point of Rogue really locking things down from last game, not allowing a single goal.
Yeah.
And with that comes, you know, they have to understand if they lose, they're out of the tournament. So maybe that's an extra buckle down of, okay, we absolutely cannot allow a goal. But now I'm a little worried about that because they just let a goal in. So let's see if they can bring that mentality back. Yeah,
because I think he thought he had to avoid Jacob, but I don't think he really did.
This could be good.
And, just a weird aerial on the defensive side. We'll see if they can turn it around. Like, it is more competitive of a series than this began with when Perfect Storm was dominating Game 1 and most of Game 2. But here's another chance for Joro. He could have probably put that one home, but he decided on the pass instead, or just missed the shot. And now we see Rogue have a chance here. See if that was quality enough.
I think
not
there's
put it back.
a massive sense of urgency here. There has to be for Rogue.
Oh, for sure. 1 minute left.
60 seconds left. You're down 0-1. You have to score to stay alive in this tournament. We need to see a play from Rogue or they're gone. They're out. They know this. Double demo. Chrome onto Wonder and Kronovi. If they don't score here.
Ooh. That's the second double demo. One for Jacob earlier. Now Chrome. But this one, They capitalize on. Jacob just puts it down, and Ayyjayy tries to turn around quickly, but he didn't do it from inside the goal. It was actually a weak shot from Joro, so maybe, like if Ayyjayy turns around while he's in net, maybe he makes that save. But of course, hindsight is 20/20, and that's 2-0 for Perfect Storm. The team that Rogue dropped to pick up this new squad is about to eliminate them from making the World Showdown of Esports in Vegas.
Both these teams knocked down to the lower bracket by higher seeds. Upset to get to this point, and now they have to face each other, but Kronovi, he's not done yet. Great pass to the middle from Wonder. Wonder in a great spot there. And actually nice a double touch to make that pass happen. Great awareness from Kronovi to finish that off. Kronovi not ready to say goodbye just yet. 23 seconds left for Rogue to tie this up. There could not be greater of a sense of urgency for this team. They know they must score to stay alive. And now is that time. Let's see if they can make it happen. Ayyjayy to Kronovi in the middle. Ayyjayy going to try to keep it alive on this side. 10 seconds left. Trying to hit it down to the ground. Not going to work. Chrome there on defense. Wonder trying to send it to the middle, but it's all defense mode here. Oh. The ball in a dangerous spot in the middle, and it's going to hit the ground. And Perfect Storm is going to win. Rogue Kronovi is out.
That's got to feel good.
Ayyjayy is out.
Oh, man.
Wonder is out.
That's nuts. Like, Jacob and Joro, they get dropped from their org. They're still a very good team, a very competitive team. Rogue goes to pick up FlyQuest, and they just take them out. They eliminate them from the World Showdown of Esports. Chrome coming in. New squad, new look for him. And they're still alive, but there's still a lot of work